There you are.
Hi. So I'm about to do a range test on the ICT from Tuttio Sport. It's the Tuttio ICT. A couple specs real quick before we go take off on our range test because I'm fully charged. This has a 60 volt, 25 amp hour battery that is sitting inside the frame here. You can actually unlock it and remove it. You can charge it in the frame. It's a really nice battery, which by the way only weighs 16 pounds 10 ounces. So again, we're going to do a range test. Fixed all the little minor issues. The factory got a hold of me last night. I was asleep, so we'll have to communicate between days and nights. But yeah, very interesting. There's only one thing I want to go over on this. Okay, so this is being marketed as an adult dirt bike. The website and Amazon both show kind of some height suggestions. I think it's between 5'4" and 6'6". I'm exactly 6 foot tall. And basically when this pedal right here comes to the top of the arc, there is 13 inches between that pedal and the seat. Okay? For a 6 foot person, you can kind of see what this is doing. There is literally no way to pedal that if you're sitting down. However, standing up, you can pedal it. So just bear in mind that the geometry of this bike, which when I say the geometry, I'm talking about the triangle between here and the seat and the pedals. There's a triangle that's formed. Okay, this one right here, the upper part, beautiful, nice high bars. The seat, great position. You can watch when I get on and off the bike. Okay, it's literally just below my waist. Okay, so it's a little low. That's where the Adria 24 came in nice because it picked it up. But you can see, the seat is at the right height. It's this, pedal thing. So, just a suggestion, guys, at the factory, leave the pedals off. Why don't we go to pegs? Let's get rid of the chain. Let's get rid of the chain guard. Let's get rid of the pedals. Let's get rid of the cranks. And just put pedals on it like you have on your other two models of electric dirt bike for kids. The pedals are great. It allows me to go on bike paths, without getting nasty stairs. And I'll be honest, this doesn't look much like an electric bike when you take the first glance because all the wiring and the motors everything is hidden. So I'm not going to make this modification. I'm sure other people will. But if you were to remove the crank and the pedal and the chain and all that and literally put a peg in at that level, it gains 5.5 inches to that 13-inch gap, which takes us to 18.5 inches, and that really changes the geometry. So I'm just going to leave that at that. It's not an annoyance, it's just a design thing. Everything else is fine. I've got one little programming glitch in here, so we'll see what happens. But I'm off to ride. Have a great day. For today's range test, I'm actually going to be running in pedal assist 3 all day. And this is what I run on my Adria 24. And I'm able to go to the town of Fruta and back, which is 44 miles. So, and on my Adria 24, I'll be honest, I put it in pedal assist 3. I set the cruise control, and I only pedal on hills, or like when I'm passing someone so they don't think I'm, all electric, or, just to keep the impression that this is a pedal assist bike. And but I'll be honest, I'm running about 90% throttle. Maybe even closer to 90%. So what I'm going to do, since I really can't pedal this thing as I showed previously, I'm going to go ahead and put this in pedal assist 3, which we are, and we're going to run in this all day. So one of the other things I want to do real quick, and I should have thought about this, is I am going to go in and turn on the auto cruise control. Because I'm not in pedal assist 5 today, I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, 17. So I'm going to set that to auto cruise control. And what that means is if I hold the throttle in the same position for 4 or 5 seconds, it'll set the cruise control, and then I don't need to do that. And it timed out, so I got to do it all over again. So I was talking, and yep, you know how that happens. So let's go back out to 17. And it's funny because 16, that one right there, if it's set to 0, 1, it resets the odometer. And if you notice, I can't turn that one off. So, oh, set it. Okay, so we're set. Turn the bike back on, and we should be good to go. Odometer, there we go, at 0, 0, 0. If I turn the bike off today, it's going to reset, so I'm going to keep track of where we are. So I'll turn the camera back on if I need to, just to document mileage. So, and with that said, here we go. So a quick little update. I kind of pulled over to do this so you wouldn't hear the wind. But we're having to run at PAS1 to keep under the speed limit of this bike trail. PAS2 was too fast. PAS3 was way too fast. So I'm trying to keep under the 20 mile an hour speed limit on this trail. So we had to go to PAS1 just to be able to do that. Too much power. Oh boy, here we go. Have no idea what it's going to do with these tires. I run my Adria 24 on this all the time, and it's a blast. Can't get near the woohoo! Yeah, I'm still kind of getting used to these little all-terrain tires. They seem like slicks to me after running the knobbies, you know. I mean, and bear in mind, I'm still at PAS1. All it's doing is just limiting the speed, not the power. Oh, this will be fun. I run this on my Adria 24. I don't get airborne, but I do run this on the Adria 24. It's kind of fun. Let's see what this thing does. Woo-hoo-hoo. Different bike, that's for sure. The Adria 24 has got a little more momentum, I think, but the geometry on this is so different. It's hard to tell, you know? So, yeah, different. Even the tires being different, it makes it different. So, watch this. Just powered right up that. Yeah, I don't think I want to get airborne today. But boy, it sure wants to. It sure wants to get airborne. So I'm at 22 miles. It just crossed into 22 just a second ago. Still running at 60 volts. I'm down 1 bar on the battery. That bar dropped right around mile 12 or so about 10 miles back. So I usually do this run on my Adria 24. I usually get back with just a couple volts above cutoff. So we're going to see what happens today. But when I do usually do this run in my Adria 24, I do stop halfway to use the restroom, get a drink, and then I turn around and I go home. So I'm going to do the same thing as I do on the Adria 24, and I kind of want to see if the mileages kind of match up, because there's only 50 amp hours difference between the batteries. So we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break here, use the restroom, get a drink, and then we'll be back on the highway. Okay, we're taking off after our little break here. A odometer reset back to 0 to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So actually we have 22 miles into the trip, what I consider to be the halfway point. Battery is showing down 1 bar. It's running at 61 volts. It's bouncing back and forth. So we'll see how much is left when I get back home. Okay, we just hit the red bar, which means I'm down to the last 10% of the battery, I believe. Let's see, we had 22 and 16 together. We're at 38 miles. So, believe it or not, she still has a lot of pickup speed. Okay, we just got a bar back, so we'll let it sit for a second. We might have enough to get home. So we've got about 2.5 miles to home. I'm at the red bar here, means about 10%. How are you? Just fine, how are you? So it's still holding the same 18.3 that I started with about 3 hours ago. No deviation in speed, I mean, as far as, that goes. It's definitely not picking up the front end right now, and being down to the last red bar, you know what I'm saying? But very impressed with the stamina on this. And just kind of hoping we can make it the last, I know we're probably looking at about 2 miles or so. I shaved off about a mile on the way back because I didn't want to climb a steep hill before I did it. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera out here, and we're just going to finish going on home. Well, here we are at the end of the ride. 42 miles is what I got in. I'm about the bottom of the battery. I'm sitting there at 51.5. We got 22 to add to that, so it makes 42. And it's really non-responsive right now. She won't get up more than 15, 16 miles an hour, and it just kind of dies out there. But pushed this battery pretty far today. I think I would have gotten farther, but when I left here it was 67 degrees, and it's dropped down to 50 now. So I probably could have got another 5 miles out of that battery if we hadn't dropped down in temperature. So anyways, great ride. A lot of fun. The bike itself is a lot of fun. Like I said, the only issue I'm seeing right now is the pedaling. So I hope you guys have a great day.